What's up, CW fans? Welcome back to another episode of Learning Numbers in CW, and today we're going to learn the numbers 1 and 8. So 1 and 8. So this will get us almost to the end of our numbers series. So let's take a look at what we're going to do today. Again, I'm using my N3ZN paddle for the number series, and we'll jump right into learning numbers. So the first number is the first number. Well, I guess maybe 0 might be the first number, or it might be the last number, but number 1 is, so that's number 1. Kind of a long number, kind of like the 9, which is, it's almost like the inverse, or maybe not the inverse, but somewhat opposite of 1, which is so let's try that 1, 9 again here. Again, instant character recognition. When you hear the 1, go ahead and scream that out, especially if you're just maybe walking around the block and you have your headphones on listening to this. You know, shout it out to your neighbors. That was a number 1. Now, what was that? We have the number 9. So we're doing 1s and 9s right now. Two very long digit-wise numbers. So if we did like a 1 and a 5, let's see what that would sound like. I think 5 is almost a pretty easy number, I would say, right? So we do a so 51. Let's do that run together at 18 words a minute, full on, full throttle. So 5, 1. Okay, do you remember that? That was from one of our previous lessons. Let's do that again. What are these two numbers here? So the first one is our new number, number 1. And the second one is number 2. So we got 1 and 2. Actually, we now know 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So let's see what those sound like all together here. So we'll start with the number 1. Just try to memorize what this sounds like. It's a pretty long number. You can almost count the das. Try not to, just kind of try to think about how long that sounds, and it's like, okay, cool, that's a 1. Was that a 4? Sorry, I don't mean to trick you guys up a little bit. I just want to make sure everyone's paying attention. That was actually a V. Right? So let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 all the way through now, legitimately. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So those are the first segment of numbers, our first 5 numbers, essentially. I think most folks think that the number 0 maybe comes at the end, but maybe if you're a computer programmer, you think that number 0 comes at the beginning, right? So let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or maybe a mix. Let's see if you can pick out some of these numbers in the 1 through 5 series. Let's do that again. Okay, do you know what number that is? Okay, that would be a 3. Okay, that's a number 4. And I think everybody's like, oh, that's of course a 5, right? It just went in sequential order anyways. Okay, so that was the number 2. And that would be the number 3. So we're just kind of reinforcing some of these other numbers, right? And of course, that's our number 1. So we've got number 1 down kind of solid. Of course, I mean, we're only about 5 minutes or 6 minutes into this video, and we are still learning. Of course, you know, repeating this video, no problem. Keep the progress going. You know, you want to learn number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We can repeat this video or even rewind it if you want, if you're sitting at a desk trying to write this down or think about it. Like I said, this is a casual approach to learning CW, and if you want to, you know, go full on with, you know, some of the extra pressure of making a commitment, CW Ops and Long Island CW Club are the ways to go for sure. And they probably have cooler videos than this one for sure. Now let's look at the other number we're going to learn, which is 8. It's kind of a unique sounding number, and it sounds like this. Very unique in my opinion. So there's the 8. It's almost like a da 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 did it, you know, da 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 did it, which doesn't sound anything like a 9. So that's a 9. Let's do an 8 and a 9. There's an 8 and a 9 together, kind of fast. Slow it up a little bit here. Let's do like an 8 and a 3. Totally different, although they are the inverse of each other, right? So you've got da 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 did it, and then you have the 3, which is did it da da. Let's listen to that, and let's do 83. So 83. Now, can anyone tell me what this number is? Let's do it one more time. And last time. So we have 81. Class of 81. So that's the 8 and the 1 are 2 new numbers for today. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Oops, I think my video moved on me a little bit. Not that it matters, because we should really be just listening to this, right? Didn't even realize that. Sorry about that. So let's do a couple of numbers with the number 8. Let's see if we can figure out what that second number is. So I'm going to do an 8 and then another number. So how about that one? I'm not going to say what it is. There's another one. Sometimes those two numbers together get me mixed up, especially at the higher speeds. So that was an 87. Let's try a 78. That's a 78. So there's 80. Let's flip it around and do some numbers with an 8 at the end. Or maybe I shouldn't have even told you that. Let's do this one. Do that one more time. Perfect. So 28. Okay, one more time. Okay, 1/8, right? Okay, a couple more numbers. Let's do some 3-digit numbers. Let's see if you can figure out what this 3-digit number is. Because now we know a lot of numbers. We know almost all of them. We know all numbers except for number 6, and we're going to leave that for last. No special reason. I love the number 6, but we're going to do that next. Okay, what number was that? That was one of my favorite radios of all time, the 817, the Yaesu 817 QRP radio, all mode, like just about every band you can get. Let's do another one. Okay, maybe I'll slow that down a little bit. So 857, another great radio, right? Let's try one more number. We'll do, let's think of another cool number. Here we go. Let's do this one. Okay, what do you think about that one? Another cool radio, 891. Seems like we've got a little bit of a Yaesu series going here. So 891 is cool radio. And then this is going to be the last one. So we actually had the 8 and the 1 in that one, which is pretty cool. And the last one here is okay, what do you think that one was? Another really cool radio that I don't have yet, which is the 905, the ICOM 905. Of course, it didn't have the 8 or the 1 in there, but I did that on purpose because I wanted to see if, make sure we're paying attention and calling out these numbers. Instant character recognition is the key. That's the only thing we need to worry about. So let's run through all the numbers. We know 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we know 7, 8, 9, 0. So each with their distinctive sound. We ran through every number now with the exception of number 6. And our next video is going to introduce the number 6, some of the challenges with the number 6, at least the challenges that I have, integrating that into all of our numbers. And then we're also going to kind of have a little bit of a marathon in solidifying our understanding of each one of the numbers. So we're going to go through adding 6 and going through some series of practices, making sure that we have all of the numbers down pat. Now, if you watch this video one time through and you're frustrated that you don't get, you're not like understanding where that was at a 1 or an 8, and you haven't watched this video a couple of times to try to like cement in what these sounds like, go back and rewatch the video and keep practicing. Keep practicing. Continue to get a paddle and do some CW practice. Try to send also, because sending is also as important as receiving. That there might be some ways that you're creating connections in your brain between the numbers if you practice sending and also receiving. So let's keep the party going, and looking for you in our last numbers lesson here. So CW on, my friends. Keep going.